Hello, my name is Grant Harris, and this is my Week 7 video assignment for Engineering Economics. In this video, I'll be walking through example 6.6 and example 6.8 from chapters 6.3, where we apply the annual worth method to evaluate engineering and economic decisions. So first, let's start with example 6.6, the Lambert Manufacturing is considering purchasing a business jet and wants to find the equivalent cost per flying hour over 5 years at 12% interest. So based on the example, just reading what it says. So in the table rows 2 through 6, the aircraft cost $1,282,035 and will be worth $832,000 in 5 years. The variable costs start at $272 per hour and increase 6% annually. Fixed costs start at $302.95 an hour and increase 4%. They plan to fly 200 hours per year. If we go over to columns B and C, the variable and fixed cost, and then in column D is the total cost. And in B2, it's just 200 times 272. Next, I discounted each year's total cost back to the present value at 12%. Adding those gives a total present worth of $452,706 and 20 cents. The sum is right over here in F7, which is the $452,000. Now it calculated the capital recovery of the aircraft using the PMT function. It converts the cost minus resale value in equal and annual payments, and that gives us $224,684.09, which is right here. And here's the PMT function that I used. Then I used the PMT again to convert the operating cost present worth to an annual cost of $125,585.10. Adding both gives us the $355,000 that you see right here, the total cost. Dividing by 200 gives you dividing by the 200 gives you $1,751.35. And yeah, so this is the final answer right here. And that is example 6.6. So now let's go to example 6.8. And also example 6.8 was the pricing apartment rent. It is a Sunbelt Corporation. It wants to determine the minimum monthly rent for a 50-unit complex with an 85% occupancy and a 15% return over 25 years. So the total investment is $3.5 million. The upkeep is $150,000, and the taxes / insurance are 5% of the investment. That gives you the $325,000 in annual operating cost. So let's see, just to show you what I did here. Added those, the 5% times the B1, 1,500, and that's the total annual operating cost, just B2 plus B3. So the building cost is recovered over 25 years using the PMT function, and we add 15% return on the land value, and the total capital recovery is going to be $536,748.50, and here's the function I use. And so the total annual cost is going to be $861,748.51, and dividing that by 12 months, 50 units, and 85% occupancy gives a required rent of $1,689.70 per unit. So that's the answer. And to wrap up, in example 6.6, we kind of just use the annual worth analysis to calculate flying cost. And in example 6.8, we applied it to rental pricing, converting everything into equivalent annual costs helps us make better financial decisions. I appreciate you watching. and this is my video. Thank you.